Welcome to the Veil Unveiled
with Aunt Tee and Sade.
Welcome to the Veil Unveiled.
Welcome. I'm Sade.
And I'm Aunt Tee.
So for today, we are going to be talking about manifestation. Yeah, we're going to talk about manifestation.
Yep, how to get it. How to get it.
How to get it. So
on earth, look, on earth as it is in heaven. I'm going to preach on that.
Yeah.
I ain't going to hold you long.
Pastor T.
Stop it. Okay, let's get serious.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about manifestation. Just some manifestation techniques that T and I have seen over the years that have been beneficial and that have worked for us. So we're just gonna, kind of talk about tips and things that we notice in our own practice and things that we notice as practitioners that do manifestation works for other people as well. So, yeah. T, what you want to start with something in particular?
Yeah, let's start with that dreaded vision board. Lord have mercy.
I love the vision boards. Y'all the vision boards, but I love the vision boards. But I have found out the key to vision boards. I feel like anytime I've done a vision board, it works better when I do it more short term. Okay, so like if I'm doing a vision, I have done vision boards where I'm like, I'm putting something on there that might take me a while to manifest. But if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a vision board, even if you worked in quarters, okay, like I'm gonna do a vision board for quarter one of my life for the first 3 months of the year, and you're doing 4 vision boards throughout the year. I've seen that work a little bit better than, doing something long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because me and T has talked about a vision board, vision boarding. Okay, like I'll give you an example. The last vision board I did, and I hadn't done one in a while. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I put on my vision board. Okay, I had some boots on my vision board. Right. What else I had on there? T? I had
that car was on there.
A car. Okay, I had a car. Now the funny thing with the car is this: I'm not a big person on cars, right? I might see something that I like, but I'm not like, ooh, this is my dream car. I just like, a lot of times I just put stuff on the board. So with this car in particular, I put a particular car on my board, but I also printed like little pictures online, right? So the picture that I found was just a calendar that had the date 15 circle. It wasn't a particular month or nothing, but it had the date 15 circle. And it said new car, and it was wrote new car. Literally, I had to get with T because I had put this vision board up, and I was like, ain't no way I just got a new car. And guess what date it was on?
That's where it got creepy at for me. I was like, girl, my board is broke. What did you do?
And what's so funny with that, though, T, is I was actually supposed to get this car delivered like 2 weeks prior. But you remember it kept having like delays and stuff like that. So when I finally got it was on the 15th. And I was like, that's weird. But it worked.
I agree.
But I actually, too, I feel like, to me, the stuff that I put on this vision board, because me and T did a test, right? We were like, we're going to put stuff on the vision board that we don't really care about if we get it or if we don't get it, right? So the thing with the car is, I didn't need a car. So if I didn't get a new car, I wasn't like tripping about it. I put that on the board. I put like some boots on the board that I thought were cute. And what else did I put on that, T?
And you put that purse, you put that car, you put, the vacation.
Oh, the vacation.
The trip.
I put a trip on there. And like literally, and I put a ring. I put a new ring.
Sure, a new ring.
Now, most of this stuff that I put on this vision board, I did not have to pay for it. Okay? I don't know. Okay, I don't care. What do you think, T? Because I had this vision board sitting up, right, in my room, in my bedroom, right? So I know my husband looked at it. He looked at the vision.
But that other stuff, the way it came was too creepy for me. I was like, girl, my board needs batteries. Y'all, I'll tell y'all about but
But
yeah,
everything on
it
the
was
board,
crazy.
he ended up going to get it for me. Most of the stuff on the board, he went and got it. So I was like, is that really me manifesting? Or he's just sitting there
And the crazy thing was, for the trip, her passport, she was like, I need to get another passport made. I need to get another passport. She went and got the passport, and then what happened with him?
Oh,
I think it was like was it couples trip, or was it just y'all and somebody else wanted to know if y'all wanted to go? I
it
can't
was
remember.
literally it was a couple trip. My sister-in-law was actually renewing her vows, right? But what's funny was, like T said, I said I needed to get another passport because my passport was not active, right? And I told her, I said, look, I guess I can't manifest this trip until I get a passport. So maybe if I go get a passport, the other stuff will start moving. Because at this time we were trying to see if it was working, because we were experimenting. So,
and this was in a matter of, and let me tell y'all, this is how crazy it was. This wasn't no first of the year vision board. This was like, I did this vision board in March or April, and all this stuff happened by June. I promise you, I was scared of her. I was like, what kind of witchcraft is this?
yeah, but and I did actionable stuff on there. Like I told you, I was like, we're going to try this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put stuff on there that I'm not really concerned with. I can detach from it because I'm not going to be feeling a certain type of way if I don't get it. But then I put actionable steps on there, like read a book. Like I put a book I wanted to read. So, we were talking like, okay, well, maybe we need to take steps. Okay, go get your passport. Read this book. Like, get stuff off this vision board that you can do. And then it started like propelling everything else. But literally everything on that vision board manifested. And like she said, within a couple months.
It was so fast. I'm going to tell you, what got me was the boots came, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. And then it was the purse. And then it was like, it was the purse. It was the set. Put it like this. It was like, I think the third edition of this purse. It was an upgraded version. So that cost 3 times as much. And I was like, girl. Then the ring came, but it was crazy. Even the ring was a different. I was like, yeah, nah, that board is working. And then she was like, I'm getting my passport. I ain't gonna tell nobody because that's something I can do. So when she got the passport, she didn't tell nobody. She didn't take a picture. Nothing. I didn't even know she had it. And so when she did it, she was like, just guess what just happened? Well, I went and got my passport. I said, you didn't tell me that. I ain't tell nobody. But the trip, let me tell you how that happened. So I'm sitting over here like, girl, what in the hell am I doing? Because my sister did one too, and hers was doing it the same way. Like she did hers for like self-love and self-care because our kids, and she was just like, what did she say? She was like, I'm gonna do something. She put little stuff on her board, like she put the spa, she put she put she put like a spa, massages, nails, pedicure, manicure. She put stuff like that up on one side, and on the other side she did like my hair, pampering, just stuff that's for self-care and self-love, meditation, time for myself, girls trip. And I'm telling you, listen, these two of them vision boards are hell. When I tell you I can't even compete because I don't compare with this. She went and got, no lie, the one of her students, the parent came back, and this was like a student she had like 2 years ago. The parent came back and was like, "Oh, I just want to let you know, the mark change in my baby behavior, and I always, credit you for that. And we just want to give you something." This lady gave my sister a spa basket with a purple damn gift card, and it was a purple gift card on, and it went to the same place. But the fact that it was a purple gift card that had a ribbon, I was like, "Ain't no way, ain't no way." And I'm like, y'all, I was lost. I was like, what did you do? And, but Sade gonna get into that to tell y'all some of the things y'all can do. And remember, just because, and this is a good lesson too, that we talking about it, because just because something doesn't work for you a particular way, it's a learning opportunity to try it a different way. It's just what it is. But go ahead. Exactly. And you're excited about it, so I'm excited to talk about it today. But yeah, she was on it with the board.
But yeah, that's the thing that I felt worked better. Like I said, if I broke it down, like if I do a vision board, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a vision board going into 2025. But I'll probably do that vision board for the first, something I can get within 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I also, like I said, I like to put stuff on there that's actionable like I can do. Like I put that passport on there because I knew I needed to get another passport. So I put the passport on. So I did steps that I could take. I put a book on there that I wanted to read, but I actually took steps that I could take for that book or for that, reading that book or going to get my passport. So I think it's important to do that too, because that kind of sets other things in motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. I'll tell you something else I did notice, like when you went and got your other board from, was it 2023, 2022? Like when you went and got your old board, this is a crazy thing. Everything that happened, like I think, was it 2021 year? And 2022, 2023, everything on that vision board, she accomplished, everything happened, everything she wanted, she got. And I was like, that's crazy. And she was like, you know what? I forgot I even put this stuff on there. And I was like, girl, you be manifesting with that paper. Like, I ain't never seen, like, even when I tell y'all, it was stuff that just blew my mind. Cause I'm like, how in the world did you? And she was like, I don't know. I just know that time, that's what I was feeling and I put on the board. But it was like stuff that was on that board was still happening. Like specific things though. So that's why I was like flowers from your spouse. I was like, dang, like this stuff is still, which it happened all the time. He liked it, but it was like specifics, y'all, like stuff that maybe, like for instance, the bouquet on my page, not my page, on my board was purple, and I think yours were they pink roses?
Mm-hmm.
And then there were lilies, and she was getting, and I was like, them, you know what's crazy? Those arrangements were the same flowers for Mario. Like it was weird. Like I'll just tell you that I was shocked. My board was broke. My board was broke, baby.
But
that thing was broke.
Like for me, vision boards work because I think I figured out a way to make them work for me. You get what I'm saying? So what is like a manifestation technique? And of course, like, the other stuff that we do, like candle work, stuff like that, we manifest things with that. But what is a technique that you have tried that you think has like your go-to for you?
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what I found that I like, and I think I might implement it on a vision board instead. What I did was with the vision board I did initially, which I tore up because I was like, Sade, this thing ain't working. And I'm gonna tell y'all about what just happened in the past 30 days.
Right.
I tore it up because Aunt Tee wasn't disconnecting, I think. So basically, I left the vision board up, I think from April till, how long did I leave that thing up? I was like, girl, if it ain't manifested by June, I said, all your stuff came. Yep. And I took it down. I was like, Sade, it ain't working. And she was like, no, it's going to work. Just leave it alone. So let me tell y'all what I did. I needed the space because I'm a Post-it note wallpaper person. And if you know me, you know, with me and my papers and tape on the wall, I'm getting in trouble for that. Now he like, don't you put now another piece of paper a podcast with all these candles. But anyway, I took my board down and it wasn't like, oh, it didn't work for me. I was like, this damn thing didn't work. That's the only thing I thought. I was like, maybe this is not for me. And so I took it down. I took my vision board down in June, y'all. No lie. Took the board down in June. What's October the 27th? I had started something for my health, right? Like, for just to shed a couple of pounds. Cause don't say lose, cause you're going to look for them. You want to say shed. That's something I've implemented. It's worked. So I had stuff on the board. I'm going to tell you, I had 3 things that was weird. One thing I had was that I was eating vegan again. I was vegan and I was healthy and I was shedding pounds. Another thing that I had on the board was, an all expense, a trip. I had Cuba, I had South Florida, and I had, what was I can't even remember the third. Girl, I tore that thing up. The third one was somewhere else, y'all. I can't remember, but I know Cuba, South Florida was my 2 places, right? And I put on the board the words, all expenses paid. Okay. Like everything is paid for. And I had, what else did I have on there? I had one more thing on there that was significant. Oh, I know what it was. I was like, unique job opportunities. They come to me.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it was like it was like unique, and independent, opportunities that come to me are part-time. Cause I was like, if I do something else, it would just have to be, some where I can help somebody, but it was something like that. Like I'm compensated, for doing this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in October, I decided, I was like, you know what? I need to shed about 20 pounds. So let me on diet. What I noticed is, now get this, before I tore up my vision board in October, around, around July, I was starting to do health thing, and it kind of got put on the back burner with weight loss and shedding pounds and exercise. And I was like, you know what? This ain't the time. I'm gonna start it over. So what I did was I was like, I know I'm not gonna do vegan because I'm lifting. I ain't no way. So I snatched vegan off my board. I snatched vegan off my board, y'all. Now remind you, I done took this board down, folded it up, put it in the corner, rolled it up like cereal. Okay. So I snatched vegan off of there, and I snatched vegan off of there. What I noticed was, because I started back trying to lift, I was like, I'm gonna start lifting. I'm not gonna do it vegan. I need protein, so I'm gonna do, something else. So I snatched vegan off there, snatched vegan off the board, and ended up starting to lose weight just by simply changing small things in my diet. Wasn't really paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at the end of the month, I told Sade, I was like, I didn't get this, and this. And I said, I gotta be doing something wrong. Still not sure it was. So what I did was I just took the board down. Remember, I ain't looked at it since June when I put it in the corner to like October or something. So I snatched the board, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw it away. I'll start it over. She was like, no, don't do that. Y'all, I ripped this board up into a million pieces. I was like, okay, I'm done. I gotta find another way. Everything on my board manifested from, I'm not kidding y'all, October the 27th up until like the week of Thanksgiving. The week of Thanksgiving, we got a all expense paid trip, but it won't be until I think it's end of January, early February to South Florida. We don't have to pay. Which is, and when I tell y'all that came about so strange because it's his family, but his uncle has what do you call those? A timeshare. And he's like, oh, if y'all wanna, anytime, and once y'all come down there, blah blah blah, so y'all come visit us too, but y'all can stay there. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you stay for free. The only thing you gotta do is gas up your car and come down. We was like, okay, so it was that happened first. The second thing that did happen was I got a bracelet. He did give me I got a gold bracelet he gave me. That was, and I had jewelry on there, and I had a small bracelet on there, and I did get a bracelet, which I didn't think about. But what happened was I got an opportunity, like a little nursing opportunity with a specific type of patient. And remember I told you, I was like, this got to be my board because I put that up there. And I was like, unusual things that pay very well. And I can't tell y'all the details of it, but Sade know. It was when I tell y'all, I ain't never seen nothing like it. It was the strangest case I've ever seen with having to do anything or nursing help anybody. So I was like, this is okay. And it was only like 2 hours out of my day when I felt like doing it. So I was just like, and it wasn't even 20 minutes from my house, not even 20 minutes from my house. So I was like, okay,
perfect opportunity.
That happened. The purse happened. What else happened on that board? It was something else. Oh, my weight happened because I dropped 20 some pounds in like 30 days just by, and something else with that was my sister's husband wouldn't use the protein.
Oh yeah.
And he wouldn't use the protein. So my sister was like, we got all this stuff I bought for him to try to help him, and he won't use it. He need to, which he is pretty much fit, but he could do a little stuff different, So she was like, he won't use it. He don't like the taste of it. I use it and I'm fine with it. And so I was like, that's like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff I didn't have to buy.
And one thing I noticed with those vision boards too, I think, okay, one thing that I used to do in the past was like, maybe if I'm manifesting something for business or I'm manifesting money, I would put a specific amount on there, right? Because in my mind, I was thinking logically. Okay, not thinking spiritually, but thinking logically, like, okay, I need to make X amount of dollars to go on this trip, X amount of dollars to do this. But, like I told you, most of the stuff that happened on that vision board, I didn't have to pay for it. Yeah, it came out of my husband's pocket, but I didn't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I also, when you said the thing about the vegan and you snatching it off the board, I had an aha moment. I didn't want to stop you, but
go ahead.
I think this is, I'm going to tell you why I think it worked like it did too. because you put vegan on the board and you put shed pounds. So it's like you telling the universe in a sense that the only way I can shed these pounds is by being vegan. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think, and I try to tell when I'm working with people, especially when they're doing something like manifesting a job, right? They might be like, okay. And I told one of my customers this, not too long ago. Like, okay, she's like, okay, I want to make $150,000 a year. Okay. And I want to be at ABC company making $150,000 a year. So when she sent like a petition, it was like, okay, I have accepted a job with ABC company. I'm making $150,000 a year. It's a positive work environment. I love my supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Like the whole nine. Okay. And I told her, I was like, now look, you are petitioning for a specific company, ABC. Okay. But at the same time, yeah, that position may pay $150,000, but that may be a toxic work environment. You might not have a good manager that you're going to be under. So I feel like sometimes that contradicts with your manifestation instead of just being open, saying, hey, I have a position that's paying me $150,000 or whatever, or just leaving the rest of that off. I mean, what you think about that? That's just how I feel.
I agree, because what I tell people to say things like, and not because I seen people, man, listen, I know two ladies in particular who making 100 and some thousand a year. I had the girl that post the one, I ain't gonna say her name, but she know who she is, and I know she gonna listen. That chick got a $10,000 bonus check, and they was cutting jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person is head of HR somewhere, and they ain't got no degree. The other person, same thing. And the crazy thing is, these two people related, and they ain't doing nothing scammy. Like, they know what their credentials are when they hire for these jobs, so it's possible. But I feel like saying things like, I work for like a Fortune 500 company, and I am, in a position that pays and compensates me very well. I am salaried at least with the minimum of, or I start with this amount. Make that your starting salary. And I am, and I grow to a salary of X amount. Because what you got to be prepared for too, and this is the part that people don't really like to hear, because they think, okay, I'm gonna jump out the gate making 130K. It can happen if you got an MBA. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it'll happen faster. Sometimes it happen a little bit slower. We had a guy, he got an MBA, could not find no job for 2 years. He came over here. He got a job offer in Florida. He lived in Georgia. He's like, I want to keep my house in Georgia. So then they ended up, he got another job offer in Georgia. He got one in South Carolina. It can happen for you, but don't be so specific. Just say I'm working for like, this kind of company, or I'm working for a big pharma or a big tech company, and I'm compensated well for what I do. I, receive bonuses, accolades, and praise for my work and my service. I am recognized. That's important, because you don't get that type of stuff without recognition. Like, you need to be under your boss's eye. But two, you got to understand, with that kind of money, it comes more responsibility, meaning you may have to travel. That girl, she travels. She go from here to San Diego. She go from here to Maryland. Like, she have to go to different places, not every week, but at sometimes it looking like she, you know who I'm talking about? Okay. She be traveling a lot, but like she said, it's a small price to pay, because I know I can leave my child with a good sitter because I make money. She's like, I don't even do my own laundry no more, because I do want to spend extra time with my son, and it's time I can't get back. She said, I'm grateful for my job, and that's why I don't complain when I have to do stuff. So you have to understand what that responsibility may look like. You're not going to get that kind of position. Hell, if you dodge and work, and you work out of a queue, and you avoiding hard work, or you're not going to get that if you on the floor and you dodging patients. Like, you're not going to get that, because what you're saying is, I don't want to be singled out for success, so I'm just going to keep dodging it. And that can really cause a problem for you. So be prepared for what it is you want. Be prepared to do whatever it is, that's going to get you there and keep you in those positions, because that's very important. Say things like, I'm valued, because when they doing layoffs, you ain't going to go.
Right.
I think real good before I put stuff on that, like anything.
Okay.
But with my board,
because
words are key.
I have seen people, and I've done it myself. Okay. When you go to manifesting something, right? Let's just say, it could be a job situation. It could be a relationship. You might say, okay, maybe you with somebody. Okay. And I might, say I'm just dating. Okay. And I might say, I'm with, I'm with Conjure Bay and we are in a loving relationship and blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and I ain't gotta work.
Now,
I got a note about it.
Let's just say I'm saying he got all of these traits that he doesn't have, right? Okay. But I'm manifesting like, okay, he's this, but he doesn't have those traits. Do you feel like sometimes that can like catapult, like maybe you breaking up because he don't have these traits, but that's what you're looking for?
It can move. Let me tell you something. It can move you to somebody who definitely does. Somebody who maybe they not there, but they more driven and they trying to get there, and they may need somebody like you on their team to get them there. Like it, those boards are those things that you manifest is gonna put you in the ideal situation to get what you want. It's just
like sometimes when you go to manifesting something, like even if it's a job, you might go losing. You be thinking you manifesting wrong, but you might lose that job that you had now because you manifesting a job that's paying you $200,000 a year, but you making $50,000 now. You will never make $200,000 at that job that you're at. You get what I'm saying? So you also have to be mindful of that, I think, because I think sometimes the universe and spirit work in mysterious ways. So what you think is a curse is not a curse. It's more so of a blessing. Like, for instance, I told you right before the last job I had, right? And how I was trying to get a promotion so bad. I did work. And used to myself, I did work. I put people in jars.
Shit, medicine bottles. The works.
And like, when I told you, I was like, when I went up for that promotion, they gave me like some kind of like bullshit. Like, what?
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Like, what?
Baby.
But literally, if I had got that promotion and I probably would still be moving up the corporate ladder right now. And I never would have probably put the energy that I have in third generation because I would have been too busy trying to climb the corporate ladder. So I think that rejection, I know for a fact, was my blessing and my protection at the same time.
It was, because you are definitely the brains and behind the company, and that's something else. Like, they're gonna move you to a place to where you're supposed to be. Like right now, conjure work and stuff is kind of popular, so everybody want to read cards, everybody want to do stuff. If something is happening to keep you from doing it, it may be for a different reason. Maybe that's not it. Maybe you good at making candles. Maybe I suck. Maybe you good at doing something else. Like, it's not gonna give you the quick fix. It's gonna give you what's for long term and longevity. And we started seeing a lot of that, with counselors, teachers, that stuff just kind of started fading away because it wasn't cool no more. So that's what we're trying to tell you. Your manifestations are always going to be what you need them to be. They are. It may not seem like it. Y'all listen. Sade told me I was going to get a job. She's like, you're going to get a job change. I think you're going to go to this company, but I don't think you're going to go there till Virgo season. Know me, I ain't waiting the damn Virgo season. It's Cancer. I mean, it's damn Gemini season now. Girl, no. I was lifting weights, y'all, with these people in my shoe. This company name, when I tell y'all, I was lifting weights. And it was I got it. But when I tell you, it was a freaking nightmare. And when I understood why everything was happening to be like, no, you're not going to go with this agency. You ain't going to this place. Like, you're not going to go over here. And I forced it. She'll tell you, I forced it. And I'm not a crybaby, and I ain't no whip. But I called one day. I was like, I hate these people. So they was like, she was quiet because she sleep now, y'all. She be like, She said, I said, you know what? And guess what? Took this stupid job during retrograde. When I tell you they was messing with my bonus money, they messed with my sign-on money. They was like, oh, no. That was if you had this position with this pay grade and this experience. And that was just for, I was like, what?
Don't accept the job during retrograde.
Oh God. When I tell y'all I didn't read no contracts or nothing, I was just like, the hell with this place. I'm leaving these folks. I don't even want to be over here in this building with these folks no more. Like, I'm done. And I told Sade, I was like, I'm tired of thinking for other people because that's what I felt like I was doing. I just constantly felt I was thinking for other people all the time. And I was like, I can't, this is mentally taxing and I'm getting sick of it. So if I had waited, then I'm going to tell you this. Had I waited, they would have dismantled that little place, we'll just call it the facility. They would have dismantled it, and I would have probably actually ended up with new staff, but I couldn't damn wait. So, no
I
can be
know
sometimes
too.
protection. Yeah, with your manifestations. I mean, I'm serious. I did everything. I put them in my shoes, controlling, domination. I used to bend over like I got a 4-ounce ball of that. I said I need it. I cannot work. I put it, folks.
I feel
Banish
like
people.
everything, though, everything I have forced, like I want this and I forced it, it blew up in my face. Like when it was like no, clear sign, no. And I was like, oh, I'm finna force this. I'm finna go do some candles. I'm finna go do something. It always,
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
turn out well.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you something else too. You gotta really ask yourself what you really want because what do they call it? Ephemeral pleasure is like short term or fleeting satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing because you think you want stuff until you get it, and then you won't even use it, and then you be like, why did I want this so bad? And it was just the fact that you didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm gonna tell y'all what helped my board was writing on my board. Like, I mean, I think when I say writing, because there were some things that I wrote on, and I was like, I need a bigger bag for bigger checks. Like I wrote something corny like that on my purse, and then I was like bling bling on the bracelet, and I wrote it was little things though, and then like I wrote a check. It was a check on there, and it was for the lottery. And this is the funny one. How the man got me to go him. Okay, I don't ask me why, because I don't even be playing the lottery for real. Not all the time, but I do get lucky when I play with my gamblers. Look, I ain't gonna lie. And my black cat. So what I did was I took a Georgia lottery check. Listen, and I think I wrote $5,000 on the check. Right? No, I wrote $500, something just little. And I was like, I ain't gonna cut no check for this. So went to the store, got a ticket. Won a couple of dollars or something. I was just like, I'm gonna just try my hand at lottery today and get me a Coca-Cola. So I went in there, and then the guy in the store, he know me. So he was like, hey, come. And so he was talking to this man. I could barely understand him what he was trying to get me to do. There was a man in there on Social Security. He was like, look, he said, I just scratched off. The man scratched off like $5,000 or $6,000 on this ticket. No joke. And I said, ain't no way you won $5,000. He was like, yeah, I did. He's like, but I'm on, I get a check. And he was like, but if you ride up with me to the office, I'll give you to cash it, for me. And I said, I ain't got no problem doing that. I said, but you're going to have to give me the money for the taxes too. And then I said, well, how much you going to give me? And y'all told him, he said, going to give me $500. I said, shit, let's go. I was like, let's go.
Only stuff like that happened to T.
Well, it's crazy because that's all I put on this. That was stuff I didn't even care about. Like, and the crazy thing is I signed my name on the bottom of the check. Like I whited it out. I put my little name on there, my amount, $500 winner, and then I'm going to tell you how else it manifested. That's how it happened the first time. Now, the second time I won, I had played a $3 tip scratcher, and I think I won like $20 on it, right? Or 20, it was some little odd amount, 20 or 30, something like that. $5 ticket, $3 ticket. I get home, and Hunkin is like, I'm finna go to the store. He said, my hand been itching, and that's how he played. He like, I'm gonna go scratch me a ticket or two. I said, okay. That's the only little, vice he got. So I was like, hey, I got $27. Get me a ticket. He said, how many tickets you want? I said, I don't know. Give me a good one. Y'all, he went and brought me the same ticket back that I scratched. If I sent you that. Yeah. So let me tell y'all how he do. Bruh is messed up with the lottery tickets. He gonna scratch your tickets and let you know if you want. So he scratched. Listen now, I'm in here setting lights and stuff. He scratched the ticket. No lie. He came in here, and he brought me one of the tickets, and he was like, "So if I have this 5 symbol, that means I win 5 times the prize." I said, "Yeah, y'all." That boy he scratched that ticket. That ticket was for $500. I still got the scratch. I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I said that's my ticket." Remember we were arguing about that ticket?
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, I bought that ticket with my damn money. He was like, well, it was our money together. But he gave me, we split it. But yeah, wasn't even thinking about, because I put like gambling wins and all of these little words. Like I put other little words on top of my check surrounding it. So that's why I said, I think the pictures that had words, emotions, and feelings with them really manifested, like, well, I couldn't even deny it for real. Like the lady I work with, she gamble, and I told her, and she's like, yeah, a lot of people won't go cash. And I was like, is that common? And she was like, yeah. She's like, I get my daughter to, she said, I only work a couple hours, but I get my daughter to cash my stuff because I ain't finna, she paid the taxes on it, and I give her a little something for cashing it. But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't me necessarily winning that money. Initially, it was somebody else,
But
and I was like,
and it's something that affected you too.
yeah, because I called you as soon as I got home. I was like, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. Listen. But I wasn't thinking nothing about my vision. And I was like, it's this. I said, and that's when I called you. I was like, we need to talk about it because this is the stuff that was on my board.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like this, like scripting and manifestation can go together. So maybe if you have a hard time and you put in the pictures, you got the emotion, you feeling, oh, I want this. Try to use words, write little things around the borders of your picture. If you write a home, my home is paid for, it's cozy, it's comfortable, it's in a good neighborhood, it's affordable, I love it. I entertain company here. Everyone loves my home. Write things like that. Cause I noticed the stuff that I wrote on and, put little words on, that's the stuff that took off. But I do feel like too, y'all, I was holding on to some of the things because I was like, I don't know if my board working. But when I put it up, it was out of sight, out of mind. But it was still there and I was still passing it like, let me just get this thing out of the way because it's in the way. But once I destroyed it and I just got rid of it, that's when I started seeing stuff just happen back to back to back. Like I got $300 worth of shakes and, stuff that I was going to purchase on my own. But my sister was like, no, don't buy that. We got this, this, and this, and he ain't using none of it. He don't like this brand. And I'm like, what? Like it was that. So, I think those are the things.
And that's how money manifestation works too. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like you said, it might have been like, oh, you was going to spend $300 of your own money on it, but you got it for free. But I think detachment and the law of detachment is so important. Like, I can't tell you how many people I have even done work for. Like, people who forget that they even have work going on, or they forget that they even bought something. That's when it go to hit, and they like, oh, I checked this email 2 weeks later, and I forgot I had bought a set of lights, but I already got a job, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I used to do those pop-up rituals, right? And I would have so many people see manifestations quick because it was something that they didn't know about. So it was something that they couldn't be attached to. That's just like, we talked about it, like how we would maybe put our family or put people in work and they don't know what we're doing, and then it just pop off. Like my husband the other day, I had started up, some more money work, right? And I put my family and stuff in the stuff that I do. And like literally I had lit that candle, and probably he played those little those parlay sheets, right? And probably like 2 seconds later, it probably about 2 minutes later, no lie, I hear him in there talking about, let's go. I'm like, what?
Man, see, you finna bring up that. See,
I come in there, he's like, I just hit on my bowl. I just hit on my ticket. And I'm like, how much you hit? He's like, I hit $2,000. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
See, Sade slick, y'all. She trying to talk about the Iron Bowl, which I was trying to not mention today. But I'm gonna let you slide today. War Eagle.
But yeah, like when you so detached from it, or when you just like, it's like a childlike type energy you gotta have. Like my son, the little one, Okay. We did, I did what ritual did I do? It was like a sweetening ritual, right? And I did everybody these little mini sweetening jars that I sent out after the ritual. So when I was in there constructing the jars, he came in and he was like, Mama, that look cool. What is that for? Right? So I tell him, I was like, well, it's to kind of like sweeten yourself up so you can attract stuff to you, like stuff that you want. So he said, can you make me a jar? And I said, yeah, I'll make you a jar. So I put his little jar in there in the ritual, right? My son is 10, y'all. So I put him in the thing. So then I give him his jar and I said, you need to shake this jar up every day and you need to talk to it. And he was like, what I say to it? I said, you just tell it what you want, right? So he got a little jar sitting on his dresser in his room, right? So then we get in the car. One day, it was like a couple days later. So I get him and his brother. They out of school for the day. So I'm like, okay, y'all, let's go get something to eat. So we go out and we get something to eat. Then we go to Target, and then of course he get a toy at Target. So then we go to like where else did we go? I think we went to. I went to go into Home Goods, and I went to
Joanne. It was somewhere. I remember.
Yeah, then we went to buy Home Goods. It's like a 5 and below. So we went over there, and he got something in there. So then we get home, and he's like, Mom, everything I told that job I wanted, I got. He was like, I got even the food, what we went to eat today, everything.
And everybody money.
I said, let's find out you got me in that job.
I'm telling y'all, he would get everybody. Listen, his uncles, her sisters, grandma, he would get everybody money, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I didn't realize how much money he had.
Then he came home and called my mama, and she took him to get ice cream.
Yeah, because down south, if you got a pocket full of money, you ain't got no job. But people have the tendency to ask you, like, where you get that money from?
Yeah, where you get that money from?
Yeah, got a pocket full.
He got his little bank account. So next thing I know, my mama told me, I'm sending him some money so you can put it on his card. I'm like, for what?
Girl, yeah. I'm telling you now, that one there is gonna be something serious. When I tell y'all, he did. The oldest one did a money count.
Oh yeah, he did. She was testing.
He used. Yeah, we was like, just pick whatever you think will make a good money or whatever your blend is. After you
it was a
write it down.
Was it some red peppers?
I think he did. I was like, Lord, don't hide foot me money. And I was like, I can't be negative. But let me tell y'all, I got so busy, like with work and contracts and stuff. I said, blow that damn counter out. Because I said, to blow the damn counter out. I said, I was so excited, about my contract. I was like, I got a contract.
He said, Auntie said she's going to pay me $200 to do a candle for her. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all when it happened. Do you want to tell them what he did for us?
Yeah.
The video.
Yeah, he did that video. Yeah, because he did the little trailer for the Veil Unveiled. My son.
That's how smart.
He do a lot of editing, right? So he 14, but he do a lot of video editing. Like he make these little video game edits and like literally be getting like 100,000 views on YouTube. And I'm like, what are you doing? I need you to have my marketing manager or something. But yeah,
let me tell y'all, I was like, from now on, I'm gonna send you the pictures, send you the video, you just do it, and I'll just pay you because I'm sick. But it opened. Let me tell y'all something. It opened up an opportunity because somebody I knew was like, I was like, you know what? If you don't mind a 14-year-old doing it, but you gonna have to pay. And it was like, I don't care. It's just and it opened up an opportunity for him, like to be able to make that money. And it's a consistent. I'm gonna tell you what, if I was 14 years old, I'd be like, yeah, like, because it don't take him long, like at all. So it's like anytime this person need him, they reach out to her, and I ain't never seen nobody meet a deadline like that in my life. I said, what in the world is that child doing? But he good. He good, and it opened up a channel for him because if you know him, he's very industrious. He likes to try to do things. If he paid for it, good. But he's like, I want to make me some money. Mm-hmm. But he's too young to get a work permit. So that's why I was just like, this does not surprise me at all. Like, it don't, because he opened up just by doing his own little stuff. Like he opened up a channel to create a way to create money for himself, and he was like
he told
13.
He told me, I was like, well, he was talking about getting a job, right? So I was like, well, you can just come work in the business. Like, I have stuff that I need done, like, and I'll pay you to do it. He was like, but I'm taking money out your pocket. I want to get my own money. I was like, okay.
He independent, and that's what I told you. That shocked me, baby. You get you a Capricorn. Listen, they don't play. But I thought, and he was so determined. He was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do some yards. Like he would do stuff. He had like it didn't matter. Like people say, hey, I need time off for the yard. Can you? He'll do it. You know, and you'll pay him. You know, good for what he doing. The child will work. And I told her, I said, I hope he can get something. And that happened before the age of 15. So it's just like, well, if you're doing this now and creating a real opportunity for yourself, where you getting little consistent money, like, I mean, it's a nice little set of money. I wish I was able to just.
I know, right?
At that age. Yeah, like, yeah, well, I'm like, well, you got a momager, so you won't always have that. And that's good because you're building a resume for yourself with people who are actual professionals, which I thought was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know, it's just what it is. I mean, but yeah, just because, and that's something cool too with manifestation. It's so many ways to do it, but make sure you like, you know, if you got a friend and you can work with them, you know, don't get down because something don't work. Cause I honestly, I didn't feel down. I just was like, what the hell wrong with my boy? I was like, girl, this thing ain't working. And I wasn't attached to it for real because I just threw some stuff up there. The only thing I was serious about was like shedding 20 pounds. That was it. But when I snatched the little vegan thing off, that's when the first thing did, you know, happen. And I was like, and I started using more protein. And that's when I realized, like, you know what? This is more satisfying for me. It works better. The benefits are better for me. So I'm good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was open to, cause you remember I told you, I was like, I think I might have had too many specifics. I snatched down the vegan. I snatched down something else that was on that board too. It was something else. I am healthy and happy. I think cause it was just specifics. And I took it down and I was like, I really ain't been struggling at all to like, you know, do stuff and, you know, lifting and stuff. We've been doing good, but you know, it was just that. So don't feel like just because it works, you know, one way for one person that, you know, because it's not working for you, it's not working. Find ways to tweak it. Because for me, the only thing I remember, I said, you know what, Sade, the only thing I can tell you is this. The things that I wrote on are the things that really did manifest, y'all. I mean, for real. It manifested. So that's why I was like, I think I have to like do a little extra, which is okay, you know, writing a couple of things on top. So, I mean, it wasn't nothing hard. It was just something I had to do.
Yeah. I'm with you. Because I mean, like me, we do all kinds of manifestation techniques and that we try out. And like I said, T might tell me, hey, this worked for me. And I might be like, oh, it don't work that good for me. You know, I might do the same as her. And
you know what else too? I think my trip to Cuba did manifest. And I'm going to tell you why. My driver's license. And I was too lazy to go to the office. So I renewed them online again. And then I end up getting one of them little janky licenses that say, this is not a federal form of identification, which means I can't take no international flight with that, or they won't even take that
stuff anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so
my grandma told me my license was expired, so I had a little reminder.
Girl, I didn't even know mine was expired until the day the day before it was time to vote, and then I was like, wait a minute. And they didn't have the option for the stars online, so they was like, you have to go into the office and bring the identification. And I was like, you know what, let me just do this. And I didn't really read, and I was like, you know what, this is why. And then my dad mentioned going to Cuba. He was like, I want to go, and I was like, you know what, I ain't got no decent driver license.
I gotta get it first.
Yeah, I do too. But he was so embarrassed, y'all, because he helped run the polls. It's a serious thing out here with voting rights and what it took for people to get it. So, you know, the older generation really take it seriously. If you don't show up, regardless of what your beliefs are, you better show your behind
around voting time too, like really expired.
It did.
But that's why I said I had that dream. My grandma was like, you need to help me go get my ID. And she was so adamant. And I was like, we got to go today. And she like, yeah. And then some told me, Get up and look at your ID.
Check your driver's license. Sure did.
It had expired. I said, well, shit. Thank you, Grandma.
And I'll ride around on one for months. They ain't even paid no attention. Nothing. So that's why I was just like, it was different. But another thing too we can talk about is like little stuff. Like sympathetic magic is good too for manifestation.
Yeah, it is. And once
Get
tell
you a
them
mailbox.
what it is. Tell them what it is if they don't know what sympathetic magic is.
Sympathetic magic is like, I'm gonna tell you this. It's like using a doll, like when you work dolls.
Figure candles.
Because that's an extension. Figure candles. You can even use things like cars. You can use little toy houses, toy cars. Just stuff like that. I had and I don't even know where that thing is because I was telling Jaleesa about that the other day and she bought one. The little house thing I had. It was a little, let me tell y'all what I did.
I found a little silver one like that, like a tin one.
I should have told you to get me one because I don't even know where mine is now and I need it because I usually use that for other stuff now, but I gotta find it. But let me tell y'all, I wanted this place one time and I was like, I'm gonna live in this house, right? So I knew somebody who lived across the street and he was like, yeah, but I think those people are supposed to be moving. For some reason, I'm going to tell you why. I moved and I had my pit bull. I was single. And so I couldn't take my dog to my mom's house. So I was moving back there, taking some of my stuff, putting in storage, moving back there until I could find a place, back here. So he was like, I went to go check on my dog and take some dog food. And he was just basically like, I can't tell you I'm recommending you to this person, about this house or whatever, but I think those people are moving. And I said, oh, okay. And so he said, but if it come open, I'll let you know. So I would take the dog food, see my dog every day when I get off work, go home. I was like, I can't wait till I get my house because I'm ready to move my dog. So because I wasn't used to being anywhere around my dog like that. That's my baby. So anyway, I ended up getting some dirt. Remember I told you they moved. Y'all listen, these people move. I didn't know anybody who would take care of my dog the way I did except for one person. And it's my granddaddy best friend. And so something just told me to go check on him because I would see him, like every other week with his daughter. So anyway, I took my dog over there and like probably in like a month's time, I think these people moved out. Okay. So he was like, yeah, I haven't seen them over there. I think they're gone. Plus the guy had boarded up everything, and had a lock on the door. So I was like, okay, so I went over there and got some dirt. I went and got some dirt. And I put the dirt. I went and got a house, tea light, holder. And it was like a tea light holder, but it was the shape of a house. I went and got me some dirt and I took the dirt. I set the house on top of the dirt. I wrote the address on a piece of tape and I put, what herbs did I use? I think I used 5-finger grass. I used, what else did I use? I know sunflowers was one. And I used something else. I can't remember the third herb, but I know I used 5-finger grass and I did use sunflowers. Okay. And let me tell y'all, I was like, I live in this house. This is my address. Like I even went as far as printing off my driver's license, whiting out the address, putting my little address.
Going the extra mile. It make a difference for real.
I did. I put my driver's license on. I printed out my driver's license. I took some white out. I wrote the new address on there. I put it on, under the house. I put it under the house because the tea light went on the inside. I'm going to find this thing and take a picture. Girl, I cannot find my little house to save my life. And I had not seen one like that besides the two that you got. But anyway, went and did all of that. I even took like mail things that come to me, like my old utility bill. I took that, I whited it out, I wrote the address. Like I did extra. When I tell y'all I did extra, I printed out like a rental agreement, how much I was gonna pay a month, everything. I was only gonna pay. Y'all may think, oh, shit, this is no bullshit. I put that I was only gonna pay $500 a month, which is unheard of. So I ended up, I'm not playing. I did all of this, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I did Crown of Success. No, I did Attraction, and I did Come to Me. I anointed it with Attraction. I did Come to Me, and I did Protection. I was like, nobody else is, allowed to rent this house but me. my property is protected. I ain't even call these people or nothing. So go over there the next, 3 weeks or whatever, this little dog food. Go over there, sit on the porch and talk to him for a while. He's like, hey, I talked to him the other day. He told me to tell you to call. Listen, they don't even live here. People on the side don't even live here. So they was like, well, we're not going to move back down there. They live in, what do you call, not Tampa? At the time, it was in Tampa. So he was like, we're not coming back down there. We're just looking for, somebody who can stay. But this is what he said. The spirit told me that you're good. So I feel like you're the person. But, we haven't had a chance to repaint and stuff. But if you want to just move, you can't. Anything that's wrong, go ahead and let me know and I'll send somebody out. It was just that fast. I said, okay. I said, well, what about the lease? And he was like, well, what do you want to pay? And I said, well, whatever you think is fair, what were they paying? He was like, I tell you what, we'll worry about that later. I moved in this house at the time. And I told you, I stayed in that house for I think I stayed in the house for 3 or 4 years and I didn't pay nothing. Now I paid my utilities and stuff, don't get me wrong, but I learned so much from the people who own that house because I consider them like elders. And when I tell y'all the spirit moves, it do. Mm-hmm. That's when I knew, I've always been able to create situations for people, but at that time I had a lot going on with work, school. It was just a lot. And I was like, I just want to get in my own place, where I can just, do what I'm doing and be all right. Cause I don't like staying with people. If you know me, you know. Mm-hmm. So when I tell you, it happened how it needed to, because the places that I was looking for, I was looking in, it wasn't it wasn't houses there. And I didn't want to stay in an apartment. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stay in no townhouse. I don't want nobody around me. And so it ended up happening. But I tell y'all, Sade will tell you, if you go the extra mile when you do, that's why them damn rituals look like that. It ain't just for show. It be chanting. It be all kinds of stuff going on that y'all can't hear because the music.
Yeah. I feel like when you get results like that, when you go the extra mile, you ain't got to do that with every work. Okay.
Yeah. But even dolls are, figure candles and dolls, that's sympathetic magic too. Mm-hmm.
It is. Even if you put your picture on a candle or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's sympathetic magic. That's why, and like I said, it don't, dolls can be used for healing. You ain't gotta, just be doing something to hurt somebody or none of that.
What they say, I guess it's Asian cultures where they do the
them houses.
The ancestor money, but they have cars, houses that they burn. You know what I'm saying?
You use that house though.
I did.
And tell them what. That's why listen. But that's why I said I used a tea light holder. Sade went and got
I'm gonna show y'all a picture.
A whole fucking house. I'm not even playing. Y'all may think I'm not exaggerating. I said, what the hell you gonna do? Because that's the first time I was like, what the hell you gonna do with that? And you was like, get a house, another one. And I was like, okay. This joker went and got the houses, the cars. I'm not playing. It was a whole table dedicated to this thing. So it worked for her, and she did the cars. And you know what? I still feel like that last purchase was, because that was one of the things you put in the that was one of the things that was sitting in front of the house, and I never forgot that, because I said, who need a miniature? Can I say?
Yeah.
Who need a miniature damn Range Rover? And I didn't even know they made these toys. But I thought that was funny because the car she got was the color. But this was even years before, actually getting that car. It wasn't ever on the vision board.
Mm-hmm. We gonna have to show pictures of the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I gotta find that thing. I got to find mine, because I was just telling Julie, because she was doing it. And I was telling her how to do it too. But that's what you do, y'all. If you can get dirt, if you see a place you want, or if something's vacant, or if you want the property, use the dirt. I know people who come that's getting those what do you call those properties that are they ain't foreclosed because no house, they haven't paid the taxes. I've seen people string up. Let me tell you something. It's a guy I know, and but he is by this place, and I can't tell y'all where it is because y'all go look at me. Y'all know this man's name. Let me tell you, he got out of school, he was broke, and he'll tell you he was like he went into dirt from the whole block. Like he was like they had one piece of one property for sale. He bought the house, and the house was like it was dirt cheap. Like they helped him. It was like, no, you ain't got the money, we ain't gonna finance it, but if you stay up on the payments and they signed an agreement and everything, had it notarized, he paid for that. Seriously, he got a good job. He finished paying it off. He got his taxes, paid it off. Every time he was able to make payments, he did. So they ended up saying, okay, you paid enough. Here you go. Here's the deed. This is the stuff belongs to you. The people who own this I can't put it like this. They some real big people in the state of Alabama, and they associated with three big things in this place. Okay. I'm talking about big stuff. He ended up buying that property. And the next property, because a lot of older people stayed there, the next property came open, the people, kids didn't want it. So they sold it to him just to get the money and get it out the way because they didn't want to have to keep coming, get grass cut, paying people to maintain it. Then he got another thing, but guess what? It's a set of, what do you call them? Townhomes, apartments, condos, whatever those are, state condos. That's on that next block. And I said, how in the world? And he said, girl, I was grabbing dirt every chance I see something going up. So saw him again, talked to him again, and me and him been chit-chatting about businesses, how stuff going. And he's selling that property now. I am not kidding y'all, for like $24 million. And I'm going to tell you something. And he was like, I ain't going no lower. And he about to sell it now because these people came back and they can, get the money and the finance. Like they can get it. So he was like, I told him this is a lump sum for me. This is a lifetime opportunity for you. And then guess what happened? Guess what they told him?
What?
We don't want them. We don't want those condos. So now he still got renters. I said, what? How you do that? Is that possible? Yeah.
That dirt.
Crazy.
We're going to have to talk about that in another podcast. But the dirt from different places is very powerful to use in your works.
Oh yeah. It definitely is. I agree. But yeah, sympathetic magic, use what you have, people.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, even you can use things like live flowers, buy yourself some flowers, write a nice note, from my boyfriend, my new boyfriend who's single to me. I love you. I just always want to let you know that you're being thought about. Like things like that are using things that are physical sometimes can help, especially if it's hard for you to imagine. Imagination is a lot. Living in Delulu land, when you doing your work, you better be there.
Yeah,
like
you got to.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Is the salulu.
Yeah, me and Sade be around here, and she'll be testing something that I will, and I show up with a damn chime and some dirt and some little stuff, and she be having it. I'm like, what the hell? And I can't. Let me tell you something. That's what you gotta understand too. Sometimes people can get mad because they manifesting $50 and some $20, and they ain't happy with that, and somebody else manifesting thousands. But like I would tell people, you get out of it what you put into it. I hear people complain, I just got this job. Well, you weren't making that on your last job. Have you ever thought that maybe this is an opportunity to grow? Your boss like you, but you feel like your boss is in your business. Maybe this person want a relationship with you. How do you know this relationship, won't give you hundreds of thousands in the future? Like you just don't know.
Right.
But use different stuff to manifest, what you want. I've worked with a familiar, and y'all listen, I told him, I said, go get me some food. And the scary thing happened was I was in the kitchen with all the lights off in the house up in the kitchen. And I heard this bang, bang, bang on the door. I said, who is this knocking on my door this time of night? I said, who is it? I go to the door, my little pew, pew. And man was like, DoorDash. And I was like, DoorDash? And he was like, yeah. I said, you got the wrong. I'm thinking somebody trying to, maybe somebody came in the neighborhood trying to break in my house. I don't know. And it was really a DoorDash person, y'all. He had the wrong, he was at the wrong house. But he was finna drop the food off and leave. He's like, I just want to let you know I'm finna leave it at the door. And I said, what? And then he was like, is this such and such? And I was like, no, that's on the other side. He was like, oh. He was ready to leave these people food with me.
You done messed up your blessing.
Yeah, but I stopped doing that because that scared the hell out of me. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. I was like, go get me something to eat. And he went and got it. So, even, working with familiars and stuff like that, it can help you a lot. Get a mailbox. If you somebody who is, looking for opportunity and you want, some people do it. I've seen people get like little bitty, mailbox. I've seen people make them, and I tell them that type of stuff is helpful. They put checks in there to themselves and they get money. Like whatever you find,
Oh, you know what you
easy
can
for
use?
you.
You know what you can use?
What's that?
Those little, and it'll look more realistic. You know those little Christmas villages and stuff? You can buy those houses and stuff that light up.
Yep.
That'll probably be good to use. Like,
You sure could, because you definitely could. That's what I'm saying. We just giving you bits and pieces. I don't care using the gingerbread house, like just do something, because number one, it makes it fun, and
I think I'm
it
gonna do
don't.
a video like that, like a little, like maybe some content one day, setting up like a altar for like sympathetic magic, because I think that'll be that. I think when you like boosting your creativity and you really kind of like enjoy, and we know that, sis. When you really kind of enjoying what you do, it makes it so much better. Even if you like run a business or you work a job or whatever the case may be, when you really are in that flow, like now with all these products I've been launching out, like I'm in that flow. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you gotta
creativity.
that creativity. You gotta stay in that flow, and I think that makes
that's
so
important.
much of a difference. Even when you're doing your magic. You know what I'm saying?
Because even as a practitioner, like you offering to send the lights, but you always doing something else. Like it's not just okay. I said these 2 candles and that's it. Like it's something else. It may be a jar. It may be a doll that you don't see. Like it may be something else going on. But there's
you
always
want me to send the lights out of did and went and put somebody in the freezer.
You ain't never lied. Like it's other stuff.
They're
So it ain't just
they're going in the freezer too, or they gonna go to the grave.
like it's other things. Like we may even tell you, hey, put this person in your shoe while I'm doing this. It's other things that that go on. But like I said, it can be fun. It don't necessarily have to be. I'm gonna tell you something I did. I love fruits, and I love like blackberries. Y'all, I'm plums, stuff and all. Let me tell y'all what I did. I took a brown paper bag, like they give you for the grocery store, and I started putting stuff that I wanted. I'm serious. I was writing on the paper what I wanted. I anointed the little paper. I folded up, and I would throw it in the bag. Like I would leave it in the kitchen. And I wrote on the front of the bag like my groceries or whatever, or food for me. So I was putting it in there. I put in like some vegan food. I put in blackberries. I put in white peach. I put in listen, I put in lane peaches. I put in a bunch of stuff. So my friend from Fort Valley brought me some lane peaches up when she came to visit, which I wasn't expecting. My sister made me what did she make? She always makes me good vegan food, y'all. So she made me something. And then my daddy, who's stingy, ended up giving me like a big bag full of stuffing dogs. Not muscadines, brown ones. There is a difference. He gave me a bag full, so I didn't have to go pick them, and he paid for them. And I ended up with a flat of blackberries the ones I sent you, and them plums, because my sister stingy with her damn plum tree. The little, what I'm talking about, them little bitty plums that grow on the side in the south, and the yellow ones. Some of y'all be eating green.
We used to have
so I'm like,
a plum tree in our backyard when I was growing up.
Yeah, boy. And they said, if you pregnant, you'll kill it. And I believe it, because my sister got rid of my grandma tree. It didn't come back for like 2 years. But I'm serious. I was writing little things on there. Like I was like, healthy, eating choices. I was like, just things that I wanted, Haribo, twin snakes. I'm addicted. Them things need to be outlawed. Just little, it was just me doing something in a fun way, not because I had to, but I was just like, let me do something interesting today. So that's what I started doing. And what's crazy is, the stuff started coming, and I had forgot about what I put in the bag, like for real. But I noticed, like, when she came up with them peaches, I was like, oh, and it might have took like 2 or 3 weeks, but it wasn't anything I was invested in. It really wasn't that I cared about, but I noticed like the stuff, even when I stopped putting stuff in there, I still was like receiving, and I was like, yeah, this weird, like it's still going that way. And then finally I just trashed the bag. But still, it was a good little experiment of some different ways to manifest. And it worked for me. It worked.
Yeah. That's why I said, I think you just got to find the way that you manifest, so.
Mm-hmm. What about you in the paper in your wallet? The money? The
Okay.
little...
That's, I like to keep those, like my granddad used to say, you keep a $2 bill in your pocket, you'll never be broke. So I like to keep like $2 bills, and I also like to keep, like you said, like that note with that amount.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you it works, I even see that the certain color wallet that I have,
Mm-hmm.
I manifest more money.
I
Depending on the
believe it.
color that I got. Like brown, you manifest it, but it's gonna be more like steady.
Mm-hmm.
Get some like green. Oh, you gonna bring the money. I got a green wallet in a brown.
Y'all, listen, her person like hoodoo. You can't eat none of the peppermints out of the bottom of the Sade pocket, but they gonna say like incense and Florida. Ask me how I know.
Like the day I saw my husband, I went in the store.
Yeah, just like they are.
Oh, I had to go to the store and grab some, and he just so happened to be in the same store I was walking in. I'm like, he's like, I was grabbing something before I went home. But he's like, you smell like hoodoo.
Yeah, and she just be, y'all need to see her head be up, twisted like no other. I said, you know why these folks looking at you? Because you smell like hoodoo.
You smell like hoodoo. I was like, I just got out this shed burning incense.
Girl, I was hollering when I said, you smell like hoodoo. Then you walk past people down here, they be knowing, they be looking, they smile like, mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
You smell good. It kind of smell like birds.
What's that fragrance? You know what it is. Incense.
What that is. That's Van Van.
Yeah, whole pocketbook. That's why I was like, what? It smelled like something I smelled before. Then you realize that's
Y'all
Batman.
would know what hoodoo smell like if you ever go to the casino and you see like a older male.
Lord.
He probably gonna smell like some Hoyt's colognes.
You ain't never lied. Boy, that stuff right there. Ooh, God, go to the, man, oof. We was at the, not the, Van Creek, the other one. And, the bow, and, the bow revive. Girl, it was like to knock me out. I was like, they was rubbing it on their hand. But I'm going to tell you something, they was knocking them down, because I was like, hey, that's tried and true right there.
I know. I told my husband, I said, I'm gonna stand outside one day and just have my oils like in a bag and be like,
Because people be asking me about gambling tips. I was like, just use your free play. Yeah, use your free play on the big games. That's something else. Use your free play on the big games. Add a little bit of money. But don't go to them small games with your free play. I mean, because you got to think you're playing like, what, $10 a watt? Might well go over there. Use the free play now. So, that's some like little small tips. What else we use to, I know I speak over my teas and stuff, like for healing and stuff. Mm-hmm. I stir clockwise, counterclockwise.
Even with your water, water hold memory. So that's why baths are so powerful when you're doing manifestation, especially with money. People don't understand that. Everybody be ready to run to a candle, but I don't manifest more, like especially money wise, just with a bath. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree.
Water flows, currency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spin your hand in the water clockwise to bring it in.
Yeah.
If you're banishing, do it counterclockwise. People gonna say, hey, where do I start at? I don't care. You in the middle of the tub, make a circle to the right. If you're bringing it in, if you standing up, make a circle to the left. Like, just do that.
Even if you were doing something like you were saying, T, if you were drinking some tea, like something that was they have is one thing you got to realize too, even with hoodoo or root work, you got some people don't do the metaphysical side a lot of times. They may do the medicinal side, right?
Yeah.
So, even if you're drinking teas for health benefits, okay, you drinking cinnamon, what's cinnamon good for? Money.
Circulation, money. Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
So you can speak that over there. It's good for speeding stuff up,
Yeah, for warming.
You drinking coffee.
Oh Lord, I stand to the right and I don't be saying nothing. You know what? That's the one thing I wake up and do every day, like religion. And I don't never say nothing over that damn coffee, boy.
Yeah,
Ooh, I need to
coffee.
start.
And you know,
Yeah, I need to
I'm
start.
guilty of that too. Because a lot of times I just make my coffee and I go on by my day. But you know, we use coffee even in work, like for cleansing
Yeah, we
and
do.
other things. So
And to speed things up, we
and to
definitely
speed
do.
things up. And
I'm gonna try.
for
I'm
boss
gonna,
fix.
since we using the
Well,
planner challenge. That's what it's gonna. That's gonna be every day for me. Is speaking something or doing some type of intention over my coffee for different little things. And I might start too trying to add other stuff to my tea. I'm gonna add some. I'm gonna make a
like
tea
honey.
too.
You get what I'm saying? To draw stuff in, to make things stick to you, to swing stuff up. You know, so
Definitely, I agree. What else? Oh, I'll tell you something I had that I use for manifesting wedding rings, or even like if you
yeah.
want jewelry, it don't have to be real, y'all. Like, you know,
You know,
if
we put
you got,
those rings and put a ring on the candles, those Chuparosa candles that we used to do.
and you're
Put
supposed to
those
keep that ring,
rings in
yeah,
there.
you can keep that ring because that is a little talisman.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling people like, keep your ring, keep your ring. I don't know nobody paying no. I'm like,
They
keep the
probably is.
ring.
I know this a ring away.
Yeah, don't throw it away. Keep the ring. We was hollering there for a long time. I don't even know if nobody was keeping them or what, but I know one lady was like, I kept mine, and I got some pictures to post. But there was a lot of people who did, keep there, and it happened for them like they wanted it to. So like those are things if you, are in a relationship and you're like, okay, I want to get married to this person. I want them to commit. You know, you can make a little vision board for that. Those are things that are kind of like short term goals to get you to the engagement or to, stuff, just different stuff. It's little things like that. Maybe, buy, a jewelry box where you would keep, your rings at, and a note to yourself there, some rose petals, hibiscus, stuff like that. You can do stuff like that, speak those intentions over that box. Like you can do little sympathetic magic, anoint your box with Chuparosa. If you want them crazy and obsessed, take that charm, take that charm bound, anoint your doll. Like I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, but yeah, do that.
yeah, you can't tell me.
Put his behind on that doll or her butt on that doll and put them in your pillow. Keep them under the mattress under the side when you sleep.
Right.
Like these are things you can do. Burn your candle, put your doll by it. Take the paper with the person's name, the petition you wrote. Don't throw it away. Keep it.
Since you remember them cornhusk dolls I used to sell.
Them things so damn creepy. Get on the them little damn things. Y'all don't understand. It reminds me of what's that show? Tales from the Hood when the little dog came alive. I don't like little dogs. I don't know what it is. And then she had a nerve to put a dress and paint. I was like, what? What too good it is. Y'all listen. Sade had them so good. It was one person in particular that we actually because I worked on them, she did. And she told me this, and I thought it was a joke. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna, because she didn't want to do it. She's like, I don't want to put them on this, but I got to because it's just getting out of hand. I said, well, if you feel like a dog is necessary, then it's got to be. Because I know you ain't just doing that because you want to. I know you're doing it because it's getting out of hand. So don't feel bad. She's like, I don't. I just don't want to hurt this person because they feeble and I don't want me to get sick. Y'all listen. She make her dogs and she did a particular thing to put over this dog. When I tell you this person shut the hell up, sat all the way down, went MIA for months, and she kept them in the closet.
I did.
The minute that damn box fell down, their ass resurfaced. And she was like, I started to notice something. Anytime that dog flipped the hell over, they popped that cup.
They did.
They popped that cup. It's like, yeah. But that's how sympathetic. Cornhusk dollars are the bomb because you can put so much stuff in them things, like, cause the way they made, and a lot of people, I cut like the ones you made, I cut the back of them with like a little, where it crisscross, not the crisscross, but underneath it, I have rolled the petition so tight, and I have put it back there where the crisscross is, and I have anointed that thing, and I'm like, shut your damn mouth. Like, do this, do that, and they have done it. So, and I anointed it with control. Do we still have any
We still got bend over.
Okay, good. Cause I use the hell out of it sometimes. I did that. I have taken the corners dog and I have hot with it. Like cause I couldn't go to nobody's house and you can't, it's different now. You go throw some more water on somebody's porch, you going to jail.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah, Ring cameras and Arlo will tell on your ass. We don't suggest that. But what I will tell you is I have hot put somebody with a corn. I literally set that damn dog on fire and when I on the barbecue pit. And that person stuff happened. I felt bad, but then I didn't because I'm like, you put my livelihood in jeopardy, girl. I ain't playing with you. I gotta go eat. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dogs, them things, cornhusk dogs work, and I don't know, they work better to me than them cotton dogs. And I don't know if it's because they so like primitive and it's the energy or what. I've heard people say like down south we don't use dogs. I don't know the hell they from. Because in Alabama, them things was up. And a lot of times you will see them in older people's house sitting right on the damn fireplace. And sometimes if you paid attention or you noticed, them dogs will start disappearing off that mantle. And that's because they were putting their ass in up them logs.
You know what's so funny? When I sold them cornhusk dogs, when we first opened, I sold those cornhusk dogs on Etsy, right? And I had to Grady buy some. She was my first customer that bought some from me. And she bought these cornhusk dogs. She bought two of them. She bought a man and she bought a woman cornhusk dog. Right? So she left me a review and it was a 5-star review. She's like, oh my God, I love these little dogs. I had them for my fall decorations. And she had them like sitting up on the fireplace.
Yeah.
Nobody don't fall decorations. What you do?
If I come to your house to a cornhusk dog, I'm picking it up.
So what do you
Look,
do?
I'm picking it up. I'm checking the bag. I'm looking under the skirt. Who you got taped up on here? Like, cause they work. Cornhusk dogs work. They work a lot. And, y'all need to go and figure out the story about the cornhusk dog, how it came to be. That's a really good, native, story. And that's something to learn from. Like I said, cornhusk dogs been around for years. Like, people, started, doing the cotton dog, cause it was just more convenient. You ain't gotta heat no water, But I'm gonna tell y'all, can't be beat. They number one for real. I let Sade make mine because I'm, my stuff don't never, my legs don't be right. You just tired. I'm like, yeah, right. No, there's more to this, but I'm telling you, cornhusk dogs are real good and they work better than any cotton dog I have ever had. And I'm saying that wholeheartedly. They really, really work fast.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They can be your best friend too. If you get one, they can be your friend. They can do stuff for you. Cornhusk dogs do a lot. You can do multiple things with them guys. So just kind of, be open with that, man. Just for hurting people and what you see in the movies and all that stuff, sticking the spirit, because that's what's in them. Like, it's not just that.
Yeah.
There's other stuff. But they can be positive too. They can be like little people who go indices. Like they helpful.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna get into that a little bit more when we start doing this other stuff that we got.
Oh yeah, next podcast gonna be so dope. I can't wait. This was fun.
Yeah, it was. Really fun. But make sure that you guys meet me and T. We're gonna get some more stuff rolling. I promise. Our schedules are hectic, but yeah, make sure that you tune in to the podcast, and we're gonna we got all of our links and stuff for our Instagram, but make sure that you following us there. That's where we post most of our content and most of our announcements and things of that nature. And you can follow Aunt Tee at what is Aunt Tee 777 on Instagram, and you can follow us at Third Generation. But probably if you're here, you already following us. So just make sure that you are staying tuned. And anything you wanted to add, T?
Oh, this note is for Christy. You know who you are. And Tracy, you know who you are. Y'all ain't gonna clown us like no reruns.
Period.
we own it. Tracy, she said, I want y'all to do another one. But I'm telling y'all, it's more. Like, we probably got how many recorded now? About 10. It's just the editing that takes the time. So
it is. And I've been running a sale like recently too. So
yeah, because I don't mind if there's a workshop and you can believe Sade got there. I was like, you gonna find something for you.
Yeah, exactly.
She gonna find something for you to do. You ain't gonna sit around doing nothing. So
yeah. Well, all right. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.